right? And yes, you did. Today was yesterday's shout out. And I told you to specifically think of a theme, possible theme of the story. And when I read this, these four stand out, and the rest of them, they're kind of okay. So that's what we are going to review, how to find a theme and how to analyze the theme in the story. So let me read these examples here. They may not be the best themes, but for me they stand out. One is, it says, never leave or forget your own culture. Okay? Another one is, no matter what conflict, pain, challenges, or horrors you endure, you must always remember who you are and who you love. Another one, you can do anything you dream no matter what skin color you have or language you speak. And it doesn't matter what your race, religion, or gender, or sexual orientation is, we are all humans. We all have the same right to live. Okay, now what happens to the others? They're fine, although it's not really, those were not the kind of themes that I want from you. Okay? So how do we find a theme? Yes, Luke?
Taking like an important message from the book.
Okay, pick an important message from the book. What else, Luke?
You pick like the main idea or like a big idea, sort of thing, like respect or
True? Key word, right? But that is not enough yet. I always tell you that it has to be one sentence telling what the main message of the story is. And we know that that is theme, right? The meaning, the moral, the message. What else? Does anyone recall what we talked about theme? How do we analyze? How do we figure out the theme in the story is? Especially if it's a longer story, like a novel. There's tons and lots of themes that you can think of. But take note for your project, you're going to make a poster or a collage depicting the main theme of the story. So this will be a good preparation for you to come up with a good theme. Yeah, Zoe?
I said always work hard, never underestimate yourself or your religion. Because an example is at the end, he went to get beer or something, and they said that he couldn't be there and stuff. But and then they kicked him out, but he still it didn't make him upset or anything. He still.
Okay, thank you. Now just to recap, do you remember the notes that I gave you? And theme? Okay, so we all know that. Theme is the lesson, moral, or main message the writer wishes to share with the reader. This message or moral may be about life or an insight into human nature. Most themes are not stated directly. We need to figure it out because it is implied. And these are the things that will help us find a theme. And most importantly, themes are universal, meaning to say they can apply to, at, in. All right. Okay. So today we are going to work on how to specifically find a theme using this theme chart, wherein you have here the first column. You have to list or find characters. Okay, who are the characters in the story that are involved? Who said important words or quote? This is for the second column. And another is important actions or events in the story. Did the characters change? How? What did you learn or the characters learn? So this is one thing that you should take note of. It's not only what the characters learn, it could also be what you learned from reading the story. And after filling this out, you're going to...
Teachers, this is the final call for all students that have not been down to have their spring picture taken. If you have a picture form and payment, please report to the cafeteria at this time. This is for all students that have not been called down or have not reported to the cafeteria at this time. Thank you.
Sorry for the Okay, so after you fill this out, from your answers in the chart above, what theme can be identified from the story called Tucker? So let's start this first row here as our example. Who are the important characters in the story? It could be a group of people or a specific person that you can think of. Yes, David?
Ned.
Ned. Okay. All right. Can you recall specific words or quotes that Ned said in the story? Okay, take a look at your novel. Skim and scan some important lines, quotes, or words or sentences that Ned said. Maybe from the beginning or towards the end. Courtney,
On
can
page
you tell us what page it is?
on page 47, when they were getting new recruits for the Marines,
Mhm.
one of the Marines' mottos was always faithful,
Mhm.
and I think that Ned taught that too, because he was always like asking his God to give him like protection and stuff.
Okay, so can you tell us what specific paragraph it is?
It's the last one on page 47.
Okay. If you make your decision now, you can be sure that you will join the academy and become a Marine. And the motto is always faithful. Okay, so what is your key word here? What is the big word, the key word that you can come up with the theme? From this, always faithful. Megan? Faith. Okay, very good. All right, so let's take a look at the important actions or events that will lead from here to this. That is in relation to always being faithful, having faith in God, whoever your God is, whoever the God of the Navajos are, or the white Americans, or the, how do they call them? Bilaganas, something like that. Yes, Luke.
Well, for him, before every island they went on battle for, he'd always sprinkle pollen over him and pray to his God that they do well.
Okay, the pollen that he got from his family, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and he would
Sprinkle it.
pray or sprinkle it, how he does it. He has his own ritual or ceremony. Every time he goes into a battle. Okay. Now, from the beginning of the story until towards the end, did Ned change, and how? As far as faith is concerned. Has he been prayerful from the beginning? Until the end of the story? So he didn't change? Not at all? No significant change? Yeah.
Well, I know because even before he went into the very first step at that one school, it says on page 11, he said, yes, Uncle. I said, I will try hard to learn for our people and our land. So he was faithful the whole time and he didn't really let up at all.
Okay? Well, so if it doesn't change, then you say no. That's fine. And now, based on what we have here on this chart, the end of this chart, the last column, what did you or the character learn? It may just be a phrase or just a clause. It doesn't have to be a complete sentence yet, because here at the bottom, this is where I want you to write a complete sentence based on all you have in here. Put them all together. Cassidy?
So it's our faith in yourself.
Okay. Faith in yourself. Okay, anything else? Joshua?
Faith in your own culture.
Okay. Some more? Blue Pro?
Faith in all you do.
Okay. Some more? All right. Think of one sentence summarizing the theme of the story based from your keyword here, faith. You probably learned that you have to have faith in all you do, or faith in yourself, faith in your own culture. Give me a meaningful sentence that would depict the main theme of the story, having in mind that the key word is faith. And take note, does he only have faith in himself, or whom else does he call for help? His friends?
Grandchildren. What is
Huh?
grandchildren?
Grandchildren? That is when
I got
was
very confused
narrating.
with that. That
he's
was just
narrating
like,
the story to his grandchildren.
Okay.
You should have faith in who you are.
You should have faith in who you are. Okay? Anything else? And what are the details from the story that will support the theme? And you said you should have faith in who you are.
He believed that he could get through the battles and survive safely.
Okay, thank you. Anything else? What else? What other details that would support the theme that Cassidy came up with? Well, Cassidy. Mabel.
What?
The theme is you should have faith in who you are. Who is he?
He's Navajo and his culture is like who he is. So I mean that pollen was what he thought helped him throughout all of his battles and life itself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. Anything else? Think. What else is significant in him being a Navajo that helped him pull through everything that he had gone through in the war, in the battle? Courtney?
Before, when he was at his high school and the boarding school, he wasn't allowed to be a Navajo, basically. He had to learn English and he had to, learn their culture, and, the Navajo language was forbidden. And then when, the captain needed more Navajos to, use the code and talk in the code, he felt like the Navajos were needed and that's why he wanted to fight because he was needed for something.
And the culture, especially the language that they are suppressed and they're deprived of and not supposed to use, is actually a very helpful tool for them to survive. Not only for the Navajos, but for the America to win the battle against Japan. Okay, anything else? Is there any other theme that you can come up with? Alright, you're going to work with your partner or with your group. Fill out the second part of it, and this will be helpful for you for your project on poster or collage.